Hi everyone, I'm Jose.
And I'm Michaela. Welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to talk about 8 signs that only happen to true twin flames. So we'll just dive right into it and we're going to count backwards from 8.
Yeah, so let's get into it. So number 8, they always mirror all of you, the good and the bad, for the purpose of self-love.
Yeah, your twin flame is going to bring up all misalignments, all blocks. They're going to mirror all things about you. And that's not just like the blocks or what you'd call the negative, but it's they mirror you perfectly. And I think it's important to know that, like, on some level, everyone mirrors you. Yeah. Everyone, your whole reality is a mirror, but your twin flame mirrors you perfectly. And so you see it all the time with people like, oh, I healed something within myself and then my twin flame texted me, that kind of thing. So they're going to be an exact mirror to you, no matter what. And they're going to reveal you to you, the positive and like what you call negative, which is just the stuff coming up for healing.
Yeah, and making more emphasis that they also mirror the good. Because some people can get a little terrified of like the mirroring, but as you heal, they are going to reflect the healing and the love that you are giving to yourself. Right. So there is nothing to be afraid of. Good. So number 7, their vision and desires for life align perfectly with yours.
Yeah, and that's just like a really core thing for twin flames, is that you are one, you share one soul, and so you're going to have the same desires and goals. And they're not going to be exactly like, exactly word for word the same thing as yours, but they're going to be perfectly aligned and complementary because they're your twin flame. They're not a carbon copy of you, they're your perfect complement. Yeah,
what are good examples of sharing a life vision with your twin flame?
I don't know.
You don't know? Well, I can share some examples.
Go ahead.
So we are not talking about little choices that you make in daily life. It's about what you really want to achieve in life. Like, what are your dreams? What is the lifestyle you desire? All of those things are going to align perfectly when you sit together and discuss them and get clear, right?
Yeah, or like your level of like what kind of lifestyle you want, like how much income is appropriate for you, or how big of a home, or how many kids you want, all of these things. Once you take the time to get clear on them, you will align. There's not going to be anything that's like they want this and you don't, like it will be perfectly aligned, perfectly complementary.
Yeah, so number 6 is you have a shared purpose that only you two can fulfill.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the biggest reasons for twin flames coming together, is that you have a purpose together and you're going to be called for a higher purpose. It's not just like a normal relationship, like where you're just together because, romantic reasons, but because there's like a deeper purpose and meaning for you to be together. And that's something that your own journey will lead you to discover. Like you might not know what your purpose is immediately, but as you go deeper with your twin flame and you get to know each other and yourselves, your purpose will naturally align perfectly. And you will, maybe it doesn't look like you do the exact same thing all the time, but there is definitely going to be a purpose for your union.
Yeah. So number 5 is that they share all the same values as you.
Yeah.
And this is self-explanatory, I think, but we are talking about core values of, what you value. It may be honesty, it may be commitment, it may be, like purpose, like everything you really have as a value, they will have it too. And you will always match in that space. You won't have a value and they don't. You always share it. And as you get clear on your core values, you are going to discover that your twin flame has the same ones as you.
And this is, if you've read the book, Twin Flames Finding Your Ultimate Lover, there's a exercise called the love list, which is really important, where basically you write down all of your values, your core values, and it can be as long and detailed as you want. And like that's who your twin flame is. They're going to embody everything that you desire in a person, in a partner, and they're going to share all of the things that matter to you. So if your value is like if you value, like you said, like loyalty, commitment, all of those things, but they can get more detailed into like family values, relationship values, get as detailed as you want, because your twin flame embodies those things, because your heart is designed to desire them.
Yeah. So number 4 is that they mirror all of your core choices in life.
Yeah.
And this is like building from the last point, that every core choice you make in your life, your twin flame is going to be affected by it, and they will reflect that choice. This is not the kind of choice of I want chocolate ice cream, it's the choice of I want to heal separation, for example, where I choose to take the spiritual journey. If you choose that, your twin flame is choosing that. I choose to improve myself, I choose to grow in this area, I choose to embody my purpose. All of those are core choices, and as you make them, your twin flame is going to mirror exactly the same in that space.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like, the little things that aren't super important, but it's very important choices. So if you're choosing your twin flame and you're choosing to heal separation, your twin flame is choosing that too.
Yeah.
And your job is just to do the inner work and take the spiritual journey to being together.
Yeah. So number 3, the more you heal, the closer they come to you.
Yeah, and that's so true with twin flames versus like someone who's not your twin flame. The more that you heal and the more you love yourself and the more in alignment you come with who you really are, the further a false twin flame is going to vibrate from you, because when you love yourself, you start to immediately attract everything that's meant for you. And your twin flame is one of those things. And so that's why if they're genuinely getting further and further away from you as you do your healing work, then it's the time to look at your love list and get really clear about who they are and what they're mirroring. And on the other side, if they're coming closer to you, like that's a really good sign. If they are being magnetized to you, the more that you're genuinely making progress on your spiritual journey.
Yeah. So number 2 is that the more you get to know yourself, the clearer you can see them. And this is so true. Like, no matter where you are in your spiritual path, if you are really getting to know yourself at a deep level, you are going to recognize your twin flame more and more. And you are going to see, wow, they are really my complement. They are really my partner. And we still have these moments where we are like, oh my God, you are so my twin flame for that. The more you get to know yourself, the more clear you can see your twin flame. And this is especially helpful if you don't know who your twin flame is at the moment. Get to know yourself, and it's going to be extremely obvious in your life. Because they resonate with you, but first you need to know yourself. If not, you can be a little lost in.
Yeah. And that's the truth for us. Like when we first met, we did not realize we were twin flames because we had so much inner work and self-discovery to do. But the moment I'll speak on what happened for me is like the moment I truly saw myself at the core for who I was and I healed my biggest block, it was just so obvious. Like there comes a point on your journey where it's so obvious that like no one could ever tell you otherwise. That's why it's such a personal journey to go on, discover, this path of discovering who your twin flame is. It's so personal to you. No one can really tell you who your twin flame is. They can help you and guide you and give you hints and help, but no one but you can reveal them.
Yeah, and that leads us to point number 1.
Sign number
1 is that your spiritual path leads directly to them. You cannot escape your twin flame. If you are taking the twin flame spiritual path, you are going to encounter them.
Yeah. There's nothing you need to do to make it happen. If you just genuinely choose to be on your twin flame journey and to heal twin flame separation, your journey will lead you directly to them. And there's like a twin flame ascension school class where it's talked about like if all you did was just spend time in your house or in your basement just healing and loving yourself, eventually your twin flame would show up at your door, because that's how powerful this journey is and how powerful the magnetism is. So like that's the truth for us too. Like our spiritual journey led us directly to each other, and that we couldn't really avoid that. Like once we were ready, we were there, because it's not you who brings you your twin flame, it's God, it's the divine. So those are the signs. Something that's really important to know is that to attract your twin flame and to achieve harmonious union with them, you have to take a spiritual journey. There's no shortcuts. you have to learn self-love and learn to heal, and that's the basis of the journey. And so if you would like help with that, we offer 30-minute introductory sessions, which is a great place for us to kind of meet and get clear on your story and help you find the best way forward and begin healing separation and manifesting harmonious union. So you can check the link in the description below and leave a comment if you're interested and would like more help. I'm happy to help in the comments. So thank you for joining us, and we'll see you in the next video.